Welcome to this routine to clear stiffness and pain from your body. We're going to start with moving our wrists in a big circle. Really fan out your fingers. You get the full range of motion through the wrist. I call this putting the Qi 40 into the wrist joints. Now give that circle the other direction. Circling both wrists, find the full range of motion. I find a little grinding, crackling in there. And then start to circle from the elbow joint. So you're holding the elbow in a fixed position in space and circling the forearms and hands around that elbow joint. And switching directions. And you can see I'm still moving my wrists and hands here, so it's not just the elbow, but I'm also still lubricating the wrist joint here. We're going to pull it up to the shoulders, rolling the shoulders back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward, up. And feel primarily your shoulder blades here, grinding along the back, pulling together, sliding down. You have some good control there, clearing anything stuck. Good, hands to your hips. We're going to open the neck, just slowly circling the head in a big circle. Try not to collapse at any one joint in your neck. Nice long neck as you circle. Go the other direction. Just look for a gentle stretch moving around the neck into the shoulders. Pulling your shoulders down away from the ear. And then with our head at neutral, we're just going to turn the chin over one shoulder and the other, like we're trying to look behind ourselves. Keep the shoulders pulling down and back here. Just mobilizing all the joints in the neck and shoulders. And then we're going to take it down to the hip joints and the lower spine and waist. So a big circle with the hips. And look for an opening, not just in the hip joint itself, but around the waist. There's some opening between the ribs and the hips. And go the other direction here. In Qigong, we call these exercises silk reeling. We make the joints and connective tissues smooth and strong like silk. All right, feet together, hands over the knees together, and they circle. If this one causes any pain in your knees, feel free to just rub circles around your knees with your hands. Just bring some heat in there. You really don't want to feel any pain in your knees. That's usually a bad sign. You're just looking to challenge the muscles around the knees. Go the other direction. Bring some warmth, some blood flow. And strengthen all the stabilizers around the knees here. This one's also good for the ankles and low back. You're going to come back up, feet under the shoulders. I'm going to do a little Egyptian Qigong here. Shifting your rib cage from one side to the other while keeping your hips stationary. And then we're going to start to twist through the arms. So the hand we turn towards, we look towards that hand, twisting through the neck as well. The back hand is twisting under to turn face up. And we're still thinking about separating the ribs and the hips. We're sort of opening the sides of the waist here, opening the lower back. Nice and open through the shoulders and the waist. And we're going to bring it down. Bring our feet closer together. We're going to lift the chest to the sky and then drop into chair pose. Lift up, hips forward, chest up, and drop the hips back for chair pose, you might know from yoga. Inhale as we lift towards the sky. Exhale, sink back. You want to feel some warmth, some heat building in the legs here. Nice to get warm when we're stretching. Really helps the muscles open up. Nice and grounded in our chair pose. We're going to hold this now. Feel nice and long and strong in your spine, long and strong in the arms. And then we're going to fold forward and stretch out the back of the body. By back body, we mostly mean the back of the legs here. And then we'll roll up, interlacing fingers, press the hands over the head, and then come onto the tiptoes, strengthening the foot arches here. Call this raising the bubbling springs. Just a couple breaths here. And the heels will come down, and we're going to press over to one side. Hands go one way, hips go the other. Find that sideways stretch. And over to the other side. Think about pressing up and over through the palms, so we keep a long spine as we stretch. And to the center, we're going to spread the feathers, press down and away with the palms. Lean your ear to one shoulder, and just give your head a slow nod over the shoulder. Inhaling back, exhaling forward. And then roll to the other side. Find that stretch from the side of the neck down to the opposite palm. A few slow nods. Clearing tension, clearing pain. Give a little shake. We'll do one more round. Again, our feet are close together. We come down into chair pose. And then lift the chest, push the hips forward. Exhaling as we ground down, and inhaling as we open to the sky. Of course, you don't have to come so low. Here, I demonstrate a little shallower. Really listen to your knees here. Now we're going to hold the posture. Bring your hands to one thigh, and use your hands to help you twist to one side. Twist through your spine. Try to keep your legs locked in the same position. Just twisting through the upper body. And come to the other side, hands to your thigh. Use your hands to give you a little leverage to twist. Nice deep breath. And coming back to the center, we're going to step back with one foot into a lunge. Look for a stretch on the hip flexor, the front of the hip here. We're going to find a little strength and balance. We're going to reach the hands up and then bring the hands down in prayer by the chest. As we come up, we're going to inhale and straighten the legs. And we're going to exhale, bend the knees to sink back down into the lunge. Inhale, reach up, stand tall. Exhale, sink down. If this one's hard, you can do a shorter stance. Makes it a little easier. If you need more challenge or stretch, find a longer stance. Now we're going to hold the hands up and sink the hips down. Just take a deep breath here, stretching that hip flexor. And then we're going to straighten the front leg into pyramid pose. It's called that because our legs make a triangle here. And fold forward over that front leg. Your hands can come just as low as you need to get a stretch. You can see I'm keeping my spine straight. Now my right arm is going to rotate and lift. I'm rotating to my right. That means over my front leg. Rotating over the front leg, whichever that is for you. This will move that stretch more towards the outer leg, outer hip. I'm going to bring it down, walk it back in. And step back with the other foot. Finding that lunge, whatever length of stance works for you. You want to find that stretch on the front of the hip. If you need more, tuck your tailbone. Now we're going to straighten the legs to come up. And sink down as the hands come in by the chest. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, sinking down. This one builds some nice strength in your feet. Gives you good balance. And should be opening up that hip flexor each time we come down, so make sure you come down low enough to get that opening at the front of the hip. Now we're going to leave the hands up, sink the hips down, think of your chest and your hands lifting, tailbone tucking under to get that stretch. And then again we straighten the front leg, and with a straight spine, really just hinging from the hips, not rounding our back, we come down just enough to get that stretch under the front leg. And then we're going to twist over the front leg. So here my left foot is forward, so I'm twisting to my left, lifting the left hand. Moving that stretch to the outer leg, outer hip. We're going to bring it down. Step it back in. And find one more forward fold. Opening the back of the legs. Don't feel like you have to push yourself to touch your toes or the floor or even your shins. I'm going to roll it back up one more time, raising the bubbling springs, activating that kidney 1 acupoint at the bottom of the big toe. And heels down. Bring your hands out to the sides, make the crane's beak. We touch the thumbs and fingers. They curl in like we're trying to touch the wrist, and then spiral behind. We press out and away with the back of the hands. Lean the ear to one shoulder. Look for that stretch from the side of the neck, down the back of the arm to the back of the hand as we slowly nod the head. Nice one to open up this whole chain of tension down the neck and arms. I'm going to roll to the other side, inhaling back, exhaling forward. And release. Give it all a shake. Body nice and stretched out. More healthy for blood and energy circulation, which helps to relieve pain and mental imbalances in Qigong. Here we're going to enter a little slower exercise we call Tai Chi opening. We're simply inhaling through the nose as the hands float up, and exhaling through the nose as well as the hands come down. Inhaling up, exhaling down, and just using the soft, slow motion, slow breath, start to slow down our nervous system, enter that calm, present, Zen-like state. Movement's going to go horizontal now. We're going to step our feet just a little bit wider than the shoulders. The hands like they're skimming the surface of a lake, or shifting the weight from one side to the other. You're going to imagine your hands like they become 2 fish, swimming back and forth in the lake. And one fish is going to jump out of the lake, over the head, back into the water. When it's the other fish's turn, it's going to swim across the lake, jump out of the water, over the head, belly up, back into the water, and the other fish. So you're going to inhale as you come across and up, exhale down and across, inhale across and up, exhale down and across. From one side to the other. Nice and slow, a few more repetitions. Finding that mindfulness, that stillness inside, through the motion, circulating our energy. Reaching up, connecting to the sky, Coming down, connecting to the earth. And then just settling back into that original motion. Bring it back in, feet a little closer under the shoulders. Start to pull down the sky. Exhale, drawing down. Inhale, rising up, connecting to the part of ourselves that is spacious like the sky. Our awareness, our consciousness. Reach up, connect. And bring that spacious awareness down through the body, scanning downwards all the way out the legs. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Bring the feet in closer together for bamboo in the wind. Just let yourself rock and sway. Breath natural here, body relaxed. Mind relaxed. Just allowing the energy to flow. I'm going to step it out. Start to circle the hands over the belly, gathering the awareness and the breath towards the lower dantian, the lower abdomen. Getting settled like a lake in the valley. And release with a big sigh. Let the energy spread. You can give your joints a little movement. Make sure nothing's stagnated here. Let that energy flow out into your life. Hey, did you enjoy that Qigong as much as I did? Bet you're feeling good. If you want to keep feeling good every day, you might like to try my 30-day transformation challenge. It's on my website, nicklawfrey.com. It's called Stoic Sunrise because you're going to do it every morning. Anyways, you're going to love it. It's going to get you fit, flexible. We're doing Daoyin, Tai Chi to calm your mind, calm your spirit, and just get you set up every day to have a great day. We have low stress, low anxiety, lots of energy and focus. You're going to have a super productive day, or at least a little more than you would if you didn't do this super awesome course. So maybe I'll see you there. Click the link and see you on the other side.